part 2 of our interview with Violet Vella, a Maltese makeup artist, where we continue exploring her journey, experience and insights in the world of beauty.
Malta's future starts with a conversation. Idea talks.
So can Malta actually compete in this area, in the makeup industry area? Because if you compare it with London, Paris, Milan, we are quite tiny compared to these mega cities in the fashion industry.
We can still compete. Like if you're a professional, work professionally, do everything as is properly done, yes, we can compete. We are seeing more films come to Malta.
It's a booming industry.
We had about 8 films all at once this last year around April, May, and they were like phoning each other for makeup artists. And on our team, we had Polish people, Italian people, Spanish people, English people, and about 3 Maltese only. And we were a team of about
makeup
12.
artists.
Makeup artists only, not hair. Hair also, we had a lot of foreigners. So they're not finding enough people to do these films. And from what I'm seeing, the film market is being marketed a lot. So I presume it's more films are coming. And we talk about these big major films, but there's lots of other small series from English stations that are here, and people don't talk a lot about them, and documentaries and other series of films. They don't talk about them, and they need makeup artists. Besides that, we also have some TV drama series. Local. And they need makeup artists as well. And it's not only straight makeup. When I say straight makeup, it means either men or women, the normal makeup. But we have some TV series that, for example, have characters in this TV series.
So you create characters?
The director creates the characters and I do his vision. So he's going to tell me what he wants. We have a series where a man is turned into a woman, which is a serious woman, not like a dama from the Christmas time panto. So she has to be a serious woman. And you have to know how to put on wigs and how to put the hair tucked in underneath. I also did a local TV. There was a series and there was a piece in the film where there was a stuntman that the car had to hit the actor, but obviously the actor, it wasn't the actor, the stuntman had to be hit because the windscreen had to break. So it was one take, you have to get it right. And this person couldn't, because of his job, couldn't grow a beard, but the actor had a beard. So I had to do a beard on the stuntman.
To create another...
And blood to... So that when they get the film, he looks like the actor. The stuntman couldn't be without a beard.
How difficult is that?
It takes some while, but it's included in this level 5 course. So we do beards as well. You might have someone who's not bald and you want to put a bald cap on to make him look bald. So that's also another task. Wounds, stitches, scrapes. We have, for example, Easter pageants where you have Christ with the wounds and the blood and stuff. You have to know how to do it. Sometimes you have a music video or a short film and they want to have some wounds in it or something. So it's not only being a makeup, you have to be prepared, because if it's a small production, like a local film, which is a small production, and there's only one makeup artist, you can't tell him, look, I don't know how to do special effects, get someone else, or I don't know how to stick a beard, or I don't know how to do a zombie makeup.
An all-rounder.
You have to know how to do at least the basics to get through with it, right? But you get taught the proper way with proper products, because sometimes you see some channels on the internet, for example, I'm going to mention blood, and they tell you do food coloring, but for the actor,
what do you do for blood?
Blood. It's professional blood, which is a makeup product which goes away with a cleanser. If they do food coloring, this person is stained, and it takes 3 days to, when you're doing a cake and you stain your fingers, you don't use food coloring. You use the proper blood, proper professional products. Okay. So it's not only, there are ways and ways to do things. There are some That's why I said in our other podcast that you should be licensed to be a professional, because there are some makeup enthusiasts which they do lovely work, okay, but it's not professional. For example, they use glue to cover eyebrows, but there's the proper wax makeup. You get a reaction to glue.
There is also the practice of putting makeup on dead people.
Yes.
Have you ever done that?
I did, yes, once.
What's the experience? What do you feel when you're doing it?
First of all, for the person who is seeing their relative who passed away, with a bit of makeup, the person looks nicer. And I feel it's a nice experience for the relatives, because depending on how you die, like if it's a heart attack, you're going to turn a bit blue and or purple, and the color changes. And it might be traumatic for the relatives to see it. So I do believe in makeup for dead people. I don't do a lot. It's not my favorite makeup to do, but I did. I was praying for the person I was doing.
Moment, right?
It's quiet. You're quiet. Definitely, hygiene has to be taken in consideration. You don't use the same brushes you use for productions and makeup. You use disposables and throw everything away. You use old makeup or makeup that you buy especially for that, and you don't use it for anything else. So the makeup should be separate from any other makeup that you use on people that are everyday people. Obviously, it's not going to be a glamour makeup. It's just to fix the skin tone of the person. You're not going to do some glam eyelashes or eyeshadow. And obviously, you usually speak to the relative or to the funeral director, who informs you with a photo of how she liked the makeup when she was living.
Okay. Is it an industry that pays well?
It depends. It depends. It depends on the occasion. For example, bridals, I think is more on high-end paying. Local productions is not that much high-end. Foreign productions, they get a good pay. Depends on your actual as well level of makeup, because they differentiate whether you're a crowd makeup artist or you're doing any other specialized makeup artist. Fashion shows, it depends. Sometimes they want sponsors, they don't pay you. Sometimes the model gets her own makeup artist and she pays you. So it's really a mix. Then there are some corporate events that tell you to come in the evenings, but also at times are different. So it's
but the costs are substantial as well, no?
The cost, yes.
It's costly makeup. I get the impression. I mean, I don't usually buy makeup, but it's
if you buy good products, for example, I never buy cheap products online. I buy good professional products because they give you a very good result. For example, today, even like when you're doing TV, even podcasts, or cameras are high definition. Yeah. You have to have high definition foundation, high definition makeup. Now, you're not going to realize the difference, but when we went to a workshop in the UK, they told us it's the difference in the molecule, how the light is reflected from how it's made. So you don't want that what we call flashback, even when they take pictures in bridals. So you have to have specialized makeup. Yes, and quality makeup is quite expensive. Obviously, there is a profit, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it.
I assume we buy all our makeup products from abroad, because I don't think we produce them here in Malta.
No, there's no. I don't know of any locally produced makeup. It's from abroad, and there are different brands. When you get brands from America, they're good quality products, but you have to pay duty, so they're quite higher in price, especially special effects products. But there are some European producers that do special effects makeup as well.
Okay, it has become the standard question, this in all podcasts, in all business podcasts, really and truly, whether AI will affect your industry.
It depends. It might help out. In some cases, it might help out. I think you always need a makeup artist on set, and the AI should complement. For example, even with photos, I am really against heavily edited photos that you don't see a pore of skin. So some people, sometimes even for a wedding, they come with, I want my makeup like this. And I tell her, listen, it's heavily edited. First of all, the model might have different shape, face shape, different skin tone. you might have wrinkles, you might have pigmentation, so it cannot come exactly the same. I can use the same colors, but and this photo is heavily edited. So even when you're building a portfolio, be careful, don't do heavily edited pictures of your work. You want to be realistic. You don't want to give a false impression.
Is there a particular personality that brides mainly tell you, listen, we want our makeup, I want to look like this on my wedding day? Is there someone that we know maybe that we
not
don't want to
exactly a personality, but they find on Pinterest, they find some pictures and they tell you, look, I want this. And you go into it like, what color scheme do you have, your bridesmaids, your flowers? Because even in this course, I am big on color theory. We're going to teach color theory. So you have to know how to match colors with eyeshadow, blush and lipstick. Sometimes people know how to apply makeup and they don't know how to match. So you look at it, you say, it's nice makeup, but something is not right. And it's because they don't know color theory. They don't know how to match. You also need color theory, for example, to camouflage a tattoo or to camouflage pigmentation. Color theory goes into that. You have to know how to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to hide certain blemishes.
This course is in English, right?
It's in English and it will be bilingual with Maltese if people want to.
It's classroom based because you have to do practical sessions.
It's blended. So we have some online, 25% is online, 75% is classroom based. We are going to have a lot of practice in it.
What happens if you are colorblind? Can you be a makeup artist?
It's quite difficult, I would say, to be, because you have to match skin tone, you have to see the colors in the eyeshadow. I think this is something like being a pilot. You can't really, I wouldn't say, I don't know if there are any colorblind people, makeup artists, but I think it's quite difficult because color is the main thing in our world of makeup artistry.
Is ethics, I will explain myself, but is ethics something that is important in this field?
Very important.
I'm thinking of racial differences. You know, we have someone who has a lighter skin or a darker skin.
Very important. To be a professional makeup artist, you have to know how to do makeup on someone who is ivory, like really white. Because we say either white or black. We're not white or black. We're everything from ivory to ebony color.
Okay.
And you have to have a foundation for all skin tones. So you have to be prepared. It's very unethical to go to a fashion show, to go do makeup at the brides and you find a dark-skinned bridesmaid and tell her, listen, do you have your foundation? Because I cannot match your skin tone. It's unprofessional. It happens. And it's very unprofessional. You have to be prepared for everything. And everyone you're going to find sitting in your chair.
One last question. So let's say a 20-year-old comes up to you today and tells you, I am very passionate about the makeup industry. Now with years of experience, would you recommend this as a profession, as the thing that this person will do for the rest of her life and on which is going to depend even her financial well-being?
I would say go for it, especially if it's a passion, not a job, because you need a bit of passion in this industry. Start from the basics, learn everything. Don't think you know it all. I still go to courses, so don't think you know it all. After 30 years, I still go to courses. Go for it, learn the basics, learn the hygiene procedures. You don't want to be viewed as, oh, that makeup artist got me an infection, I won't go to her again. So learn hygiene procedures, contraindications to makeup, learn the basics of skin tone, skin care, because you have to have a good base to do makeup for it to be long lasting. Products on the market, tools, different types of makeup. So there's so much to learn. You could start slowly, and usually they start by doing bridals, makeups on friends, graduation, maybe a Halloween makeup, which has a bit of special effects, parties. And then as you go, and you might have another full-time job. Remember, this is mainly weekends makeup. But then as you go into TV productions, maybe film productions, then you need to be available during the week. So then you could see. There are some other jobs that you could combine them, maybe eyelash extensions or doing nails. I know some makeup artists who do nails. So you can combine two jobs until you're fully busy with makeup.
Okay. You're not disappointed that none of your kids took up this trend?
Well, I have boys, so no, they're into... I have two into computer. My son is the artistic one. He's a chef. He was in the Michelin restaurants and likes to make fancy plates. But no, makeup, no. They didn't. It's not their line.
How do you spend your time when you're not doing makeup?
I do art. I do acrylics on canvas.
Okay.
I do macrame, and I do fused glass art as well. So I'm quite artistic all around there.
I hope you found this interview interesting. Until next time, thank you.